Okay, that's the body. Now do the chin. Good. 99.9% of people do uppercuts, right? This. He's leaning and getting closer to the body. If he did it incorrectly, he'd be real wide and he'd be wide open. Hey guys, thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, comment down below, hit the bell so you can be notified every time we get a new video. Today we're going to be working on how to uppercut properly, how to do those close quarter punches correctly. Let's get started. So what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to show you some basic body mechanics. The body mechanics are key to having a successful guard. We talked about in the last video about having a strong guard. Now, how do I, certain punches, okay, I'll demonstrate it. This is what I want. So if he's in his fighting stance, okay, if I throw, for instance, he throws it, he puts out a jab and I slip it, okay. When I throw a body hook, for instance, when I go like this, okay, most people I see when they do a body hook, they do it like this, okay? Or when you do an uppercut, they do it like this, just like that, okay? And that's what I see all the time. So if I'm facing you and I uppercut, they go like this. Now, what's wrong with this situation? The problem is you're wide open. You don't have a good guard. You don't have a good structure, okay? So when I'm in my fighting stance, if he uppercuts incorrectly, which is going to be hard for him because he's been training this for so long that it's hard for him to do things incorrectly, put out your uppercut like incorrectly. Yeah, so this is the way 99.9% of people do uppercuts, right? This, okay? The problem is if somebody pats it, okay, with either hand, okay, or slips it, or deals with it, guess what? You're wide open. You're wide open for this attack. You're wide open for a cross, okay? We have to change that, okay? It's the same thing with a body hook. When you do a body, all these things are what I call closer attacks. So long attack in boxing would be my jab, my cross, okay? You come in just a little bit of a closer attack would be the overhands, okay? You come in closer, that is when we get into, or if you did a wide hook would be also in the same range as a wide overhand, okay? But as you get closer, the tight hook, the tight uppercut, the tight body hook, the tight body uppercut, all those things play a very different role. When we do uppercuts in these tight movements, we have to move our body there. Okay, we don't use our arm to get there because I'm wide open when I do this. Everybody seems to be doing that. When I do it, I want to move off center line. When I move off center line, what happens is I'm changing my head position, one, and two, I start to change the distance by leaning. Okay, I lean to one side or the other of the body. Let me show you what I mean. If I throw a jab and he slips, okay, when I do this slipping motion and I want to do a body shot, most people will do this, okay? But the problem is look how wide I am. Look at where his hand is, okay? This is an open line for him to attack. Now, if I simply change and alter my body a little bit, when I throw that cross to create that new opening, I lean and I put my body weight on my front foot and I lean towards this. My back heel's up. Now I put my guard up, make sure my guard's up. I have this right here. Now when I throw that body shot, I am in a better position. And guess what? When I go here and I go here, maybe he's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, right? This might open up right here. Then I get this, and then I get this, and then so on and so forth. The idea is when you practice your body shot, for instance, I'm in my position like this. I turn off like this. I'm turning and rotating and putting myself on that foot. That gets me closer to my opponent, which means my arm isn't extended out like this, which means there's more space between me and my opponent. I'm getting closer, which means I'm punching at a 90-degree angle, which means my punch is going to be stronger. By leaning forward, it gets me closer so that I can put my guard up so that I can protect my head, and I'm able to do a really good strike that has power and has good structure behind it, so that the next punch and the next punch, and even if they try to attack me, because my structure is so strong, it's not going to make as much of a difference. So I'm trying to help you guys understand, by just by manipulating your body just a little bit, you can get a lot more bang for your buck with these uppercuts. And so same thing with the uppercut. When I'm in my position, this is what you should be practicing at home. Get in front of the mirror. When I move off center, okay, and I do an uppercut, I want to get off where my weight, my shoulder is now here. I come here and I'm uppercutting like this, where my arm is up and I'm striking. This is here. I call this my shield. Don't think of it as a block. Think of it as a structure. Think about the Spartans. Remember the 300? 300, they took all their shields and they would use the shield to deflect, and they use their spear or their sword to be offensive. It's the same thing with our attack. If I throw a jab and a cross and I'm setting up for that uppercut, for instance, okay, which you have to do, you need to set up. It's either uppercut, all hooks, uppercuts, overhands need to be set up inside of a combination, or they need to be a counter to a person's attack. So keep that in mind when you're doing it. So in other words, if I'm going to do that body shot, for instance, I'm going to go 1, 2, and he deals with this attack, pop, 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 bam. You see that? So I'm setting up to do it, okay? Or he throws a cross, bam, and I'm here. See this? So that's what I'm trying to help you understand. Once you get that structure, so let's talk about the structure now. Go ahead and face the camera. He's in his position. Now, sometimes when we do this, I want you to also think about, sometimes you're going to train with gloves, sometimes you're not. It depends on what you're into. Are you box, Muay Thai, kickboxing, whatever, or you're training to defend yourself in the street. Either way, you need to have a good structure. So, for instance, if we have gloves on, so notice his elbows are close to his body. His elbows are not flared out like this, which says to your opponent, come on in, strike me, okay? So by having your elbows in, you're nice and tight, you're able to deal with attacks easier than you would before. So when I'm in my position, when he sets up, for instance, he's gonna do a cross uppercut, okay? And he'll do the uppercut will be to the chin. Notice how I get specific, because when you get specific, you need to know, because the chin is a certain type of uppercut and the body is a different type of uppercut. So when he does the cross, he puts the cross out and he brings it. Notice he's gated. He's changed his hip gate to his head is over his right foot, and he's set up now to do an uppercut to the chin. He retracts the hand back to his guard like we talked about in the last video, and he does the uppercut. Bam! Just like that. Hit and retract. We have to hit and retract when we do it. Do you understand? We have to hit and retract when we do it. If we push, okay, the knockout may not happen. That hit retract has a great impact on the brainstem, on the brain, okay? Do it again. Cross and uppercut. Bam, bam. He hits and retracts. So notice he's staying offline. Go cross and uppercut. We need to make sure that our head is constantly moving. And when we throw attacks, that we're set up to be able to do that attack properly, okay? What's happening is, go and face me now. So he does the cross and then the uppercut, okay? He's limiting my ability to hit him because he's moved offline, okay? And I'm having to deal with this attack right here. When he does this, the first attack, and then he does the second attack, when I try, he's right here, he's in the way. I'm not gonna be able to do an attack up at the head. Yeah, you could attack low, there's all other things you can do. But my point is you're trying to set yourself up for more success. You're setting yourself up so that you're able to get more strikes and be more effective and have a good structure. Because when you watch two people fight, you watch when somebody starts to lose, what happens, the first thing that happens is their structure starts to fall apart. Their hands start dropping, you know, they're losing their balance, they're leaning back. All these things that you do not want to do. That's why a couple of weeks ago we did sway back, and sway back's terrible because it's not good for your structure, okay? Especially when somebody's coming at you and giving you constant pressure. I want you to be able to have pressure. I want you to be able to have, and when you're doing these close, tight uppercuts and hooks, you want to be able to have good pressure. So same thing with the body hook. When he throws, for instance, the cross, and then he does a body hook, he's going to go right here, bam. You see that? Notice this is in the way, okay? I'm trying to deal with this. If you do this properly, you're gonna go like this. You're gonna bring this to your body, and you're gonna move for the body shot. So what I want you to start to do at home is I want you to start to practice either doing it inside a combination or the other combination to this would be if I threw a cross and he slipped and then he did the body shot, bam, see that? So he's here, whoop, and bam. And notice, when I go here like this, his hand's in the way for me to give him a hook, because that's what most people do. They go, somebody goes for a body shot, you go like this and you go bam, and you try to hook, okay? The hook's you can't throw a hook when there's no opening, okay? And that's the point of this exercise. With your partner, you can do focus mitts, but eventually I want you to do glove to glove, two partners going at it with the gloves, okay? But what you're gonna do is two ways you could do it. You could do cross and body hook, bam, cross and body hook, okay? Yep, let's do the uppercut, cross and uppercut. Good, cross and uppercut, cross and uppercut. Notice how he's leaning, okay? Notice how he's leaning. Let's do it from this angle so you can see. Let's see, I get that camera right over my shoulder. Go, bop, 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 good, okay? That's how you want to do it, okay? So that's for the body, now you're gonna do for the body. Before it was for the chin. So now you're gonna do the body uppercut, which is right there. So notice how I got the glove, it's like that, because the body's right there. He's leaning and getting closer to the body. If he did it incorrectly, he'd be real wide and he'd be wide open because he'd have to turn his shoulder towards the attack, towards the opponent, to get closer to do that attack. By leaning forward, okay, and getting a good structure, and by doing that, you're able to give a stronger attack. So he does that cross and he does that body uppercut, boom. That thing is powerful. Let me tell you, you don't want to get hit by that, okay? You're going to be falling over and you're going to be barreling over and it's going to hurt, okay? It's the same thing with the other side. If he does a jab and then an uppercut to the body on this side, same thing. So you're going to do all these, okay? That's to the body. Now do the chin. Good. Okay, now do the hook. See that? Just like that. Okay? So now what you're going to do is we're going to just do the attacks now. So if I did a cross and he does the body, bam, see that? Cross. Yep. And then do the body hook. Sorry about that. Body hook. Okay? And then do the head hook. Boom, just like that. Okay? His other hand's up. His other hand's up. That's a very important aspect to this. Okay, now do the other side. So you're going to do here, and he's going to do a body. Bam, bam, bam. Now you do body hook, body hook, body hook. See that? Okay, so all of those are there. I think I gave you enough to work on. Okay, the main point I want you to do is when you're practicing, what I want you to do is you're going to move off to the side, move off to the side. This has to do with your slipping. But if I go jab, cross, for instance, and then we do the uppercut, when I go cross, I'm setting myself up, and I want to keep my shoulders diagonal so I can do that movement. If I do a cross and I stay in the center, I'm wide open. If I move off to the side, it's harder for them to be able to do any kind of a counterattack on your topper part of your body. This still can happen, obviously, but what the idea is, you want to narrow it down and create a really strong guard. So you want to irritate the hell out of your opponent. You want to make it so it's so difficult to be able to hit this person in the head. You know, it's going to frustrate them, okay? And by doing that, it creates new opportunities for you, because when somebody attacks, guess what? You're open too. When you attack, you're open. What you want to do is you want to be able to narrow that down so that you're able to be efficient and effective. I hope you Take this and train on this, work on this. I'll see you next time. Hey guys, thank you for checking out our video today. Comment down below if you have any questions about what we covered today. Go to our website, pinnaclecombatarts.com. And thank you so much for your support. Have a great day.